Welcome to another episode of Fall Starts at Home, episode 7, Tim.
That's right, lucky number 7.
It's God's number. John Elway.
Sure.
All of the good Christian people.
Sure.
It's the number of days the Earth was made in.
Yeah.
Calendar days. That's what we all know.
Not a billion days more.
That's right. Well, it's been a couple of weeks here, so we got a lot to cover. We got a little bit of some stuff from the past here. It's going to feel like distant memory at this point, but then we'll kind of catch up to the present. So let's just get into it real quick. Oh, and then the main event, we're going to talk about sports betting.
Yeah,
because I know you and I are both throwing down.
I'm
the Benjamins.
Huge sports bet Kings draft Niner 75, whatever the hell they're doing these days. So
there's too many.
There's so many. Like,
yeah,
I feel like every commercial break is just 6 of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's all.
Back to back to back. Yeah. Like, yeah. Can we get back to the medicines that will cure my depression, but also cause suicidal side effects?
Right. It's like, back in my day, it was Doritos and boner pills.
Pepsi, Viagra, Doritos.
Yep. Yeah. Now it's just bet your house on a fucking football game.
Yeah.
Well, first up, Phillies Karen. We gotta talk about Phillies Karen.
I hadn't heard of this. Like,
yeah. We gotta talk
about this. I guess I
this.
successfully stayed off the internet a long enough time.
Apparently. Because this was pretty much everywhere. This is the September. This is like the gold play couple of September. This is the news. This is the news event. The internet phenomenon. Of September 2025. So if you don't know, Phillies Karen, you gotta go just Google it and watch the video. But this basically a home run is hit. Who hit the home run? Was it Bader from the Phillies? Harrison Bader?
I think so, yeah.
So he hits this home run. The Phillies are smoking the Marlins. I think the game is actually in Miami, right?
Yeah, the game's in Miami. I'm watching it right now. So
you're doing that in real time. Dude runs over there, as you do. There's a bunch of empty seats and stuff. He runs over to where the ball landed. Very clearly in the video, to me, it's very clear that he like grabs the ball and just like comes out of the pile with it. I don't care if it's like a scrum, like he's fighting for it. If you come out with the ball, it's your ball. Like, that's my stance. Okay. He walks over and immediately puts the ball in his son's
glove. Yeah.
All right. That's
I'm
awesome.
watching it. I'm watching
Dad
it.
of the year, right?
So he did. It doesn't look like he grabbed it out of her hand. Like, it looks like he picks it up off the ground.
It doesn't look like there's like a struggle for it. And she's in the row behind too. Like, she doesn't have like an advantageous position on this.
She's just like, hey, dude, that's my ball. I paid for seat 17 or seat 25, and you're on seat 17. And I traveled all the way from Philly. And he's just like, fuck it. Have the ball, bitch. Like,
yeah.
Wow. I really hope he bought his kid a ball, like, at the souvenir stand, or I hope like the Marlins did the right thing and gave it a ball.
You are so out of the loop. So the Marlins caught track. So like the crowd was booing, I'm pretty sure. Like they were like there was immediate kind of reaction to this. The Marlins like stadium, people come by and give him like this package of like, goodies or whatever. Yeah. And then the Phillies catch wind of what happened during the game, and they had the family come down, and Harrison Bader like signs a bat for the kid. Signs a bat. Yeah, for the kid. So they got to like do a little meet and greet and all this stuff. So it ended up kind of like the family got,
surprised she didn't chase them down there stuff. To,
I know.
Steal the goodie bag and stuff. Like, hey, no, I got the ball.
That's
like
my stuff.
That's my goodie bag. Wow, what a wow. So I go to a lot of baseball, not a lot of baseball games, obviously not as many as this lady. Like, you can tell she's she's at a lot of baseball games. I don't think as an adult, like I mean, in my entire life going to baseball games, like even as a kid, when I went to a few baseball games, like I never caught a home run, never caught a foul ball. As an adult, I don't care if it's Shohei's 50th home run of the season on his, like last year when he got 50-50. Give it to a kid. Just give the ball to a kid. No. I'm a give the ball to a kid guy.
No.
Like
I'm very much like no.
Really?
No. If that's your ball, if you catch the ball, like you just said, you've been to so many baseball games, you've never gotten a ball. Yeah. You don't have any obligation. I would hold no ill will against you for keeping that ball.
Oh no! See, I wouldn't hold ill will against you for keeping it if you caught it, but I'm a total just, dude, give it to the kid, man. Like, what am I gonna do with it?
Keep it. It's a souvenir. That's cool. That's cool as hell. You have a story behind it.
But that kid is gonna, he's gonna be a baseball fan longer than I'm gonna be a baseball fan.
No, but
he's got more fandom in him.
He didn't earn it though, because here's the thing. He's like, what's his story gonna be? Oh yeah, this random fucking dude that I'll never see again just handed me this ball. Who cares? The ball has less meaning for him.
Okay. I don't know. I disagree. I feel like
if it's your ball, if you come up with it, it's your ball. If you want to give it to a kid, fine, that's cool. Like if you want that to be part of your story, like I caught this ball, I gave it to this kid, it's cool, whatever. But I'll see like all the time at these games and stuff, they'll toss like a puck or something over the glass at hockey games. And all the adults are like, oh, you got to give it to this kid. No. Like if the player is like signaling like through the glass, like this puck is for this kid. Yes. Okay. Like the player's intention is to toss the puck up there.
A puck though. I mean, the kid can't catch that puck without getting hurt, right? Like,
if they're tossing it over the glass or something.
I mean, I don't know.
If it ends up in the seats, I don't know. Yeah.
Give it to the kid. If it's a full bat, like, if I'm sitting over on the first or third baseline and a guy loses a handle on a bat and it comes my direction, yeah, I'm keeping that.
Okay. So you draw the line at
I draw a line at a ball, like
something
a ball
you can fit in a pocket.
Yeah.
Anything bigger than pocket size, you're taking home.
What's kind of funny, so I don't know if this is the case like everywhere, but in the Premier League, apparently if a ball goes into stands, it's not a souvenir.
I've seen that actually.
Like so they actually the security will give it back. Yeah, and I saw it firsthand at when we were at the summer series in Chicago. Like a ball came into our end of the pitch, like came up into the stands, and a fan caught it, and they were like pretty intent on keeping it. And security was like, no, you have to give it back. I was like, what the heck? Like, because I remember the Arena Football League way back, they had a rule that it was like, if it's in the stands, it's yours. Like, if a ball flies into your lap, take it home. Yeah. And the NFL was like the same. They kind of followed suit with that. Where like, if it's, they put up the net behind for the field goals and stuff. But I mean, if a ball shanks or goes over or whatever, lucky you.
Right. Exactly.
And you had players handing balls to kids all the time.
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting. Like, cause you see all the time that ball will go into the stands and then it like almost immediately is back down on the sideline. Like
that's so dumb.
It's just a different set of rules, I guess.
You guys need to bring
I don't know if it's that way in every football league, soccer league around the world, or if it's like just the Premier League is like, these balls are not cheap and we will not give any away.
It's not like it's happening all the time either. That's like once or twice a match at the most. Like, come on.
Well,
you can spare a ball.
Depends on who's kicking them.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like
definitely wasn't that lady's ball.
No. And how do you like? One, how do you ever show your face at a Phillies game again after that? Two, it's like, okay, you literally had to make the decision to walk like 12 seats over and like aggressively confront this man who clearly does not have the ball in his possession. So at this point, you're confronting this adult man like as a proxy of confronting his child. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, what has happened to you to like bring you to this point?
Her energy in the clip, her energy has some real, like, if the dad wasn't there, she probably would have grabbed the ball out of the kid's glove and just walked away. Like,
I could see that.
She kind of looks like the kind of lady who, you know, is just like, that was supposed to be my ball, give it to me. And if he didn't, and if he didn't, she would have like ripped his glove off his hand. Like, I feel like she's, but also, I know it's very tempting, but can we please stop doxing people? Like,
yeah, it's a little weird to like go over the top, find her,
let her go to work the next day and live with the shame of being that lady who stole a ball from a kid.
Right, like you know all of her like, coworkers at the
all of her coworkers.
The
accounting firm. You think she's an accounting firm kind of Karen?
I don't know.
I mean, she's definitely not stay-at-home Karen. Like, you can tell that by her attitude. You know, like she's put some years in behind a desk somewhere.
Right.
She's got an attitude.
She needed that ball. She needed that ball, like, emotionally.
She just needed to yell at somebody that day.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't get to McDonald's and, you know, get to cuss out the drive-through person. So she was just like, this kid's going to get it. His dad and him are going to get it.
Yep.
But we don't need to dox people.
We don't need to dox people.
Not cool. Not cool.
No. One take that I heard was that the dad was a wuss for giving the ball back, and like, you know, his reaction of like, he like goes over and hugs his son, like they have this moment very briefly, and you know, probably like core memory for this kid, like, my dad just got me a baseball, like that's so cool, you know. And then all of a sudden this random crazy ass lady comes over and is like screaming at, you know, and he kind of does like this, like with his fists, like just a literal like fight or flight like reaction. And you can see him like kind of like arguing, like, no, fuck you. And she like keeps persisting. And I don't think it's like him wimping out. I think it's him choosing, like, this is not worth me and my family getting stabbed over. Like, he's making the responsible choice. And I honestly, like, I respect him even more for it. And I think it's probably the reason why he got invited, you know, his family, his son gets the signed bat and all this stuff, is that he's like, you know what? No, like, we're not doing this over a baseball. Here you go, Karen. You can have this, like, go away.
And two, probably as a Phillies fan, he's seen his fair share of stabbings in the outfield, you know, like he's probably like, ugh. All right. Discretion is the better part of valor here. Let me take the ball. You know, I'm surprised he didn't take his watch off too, you know, being from Philly and all.
Here's my wallet.
Here, have, you know what, the keys to my Mercedes. You know.
Wow. So you're a big believer in always giving it to the kid.
Always.
I think
anything I ever catch, it's going to the nearest kid. Like, I'm maybe that's my problem in the classroom. I'm too much of a sucker for the kid, you know. All right, I'm a softie.
Yeah.
But get your own damn ball, kid.
Well, other news from the distant past. It's been a couple weeks now. Ken Dryden passed away. Do you know much about Ken Dryden, Tim?
I've heard of him, but I didn't really remember a whole lot about him.
Well, let me tell you. This guy's one of the GOATs. And it's crazy because he only played like parts of like, I think 8 or maybe 10 NHL seasons back in the 60s and 70s. Ken Dryden actually was not drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. He was drafted, I think, by the Bruins and then traded to the Canadiens.
Okay.
He came in relief late in the season, helped the Canadiens win the Stanley Cup. The following season, he won Rookie of the Year. Not only did he win the Stanley Cup before winning Rookie of the Year, he won the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP before winning Rookie of the Year. That's just like mind-boggling.
Wow. Yeah.
He played, he won, I think, I think a total of like 6 Stanley Cups. I think 5 in a row. Maybe even more than that. Let me see. How many Stanley Cups can Dryden? Let's see. 8-year NHL career, and he won the cup 6 times. So
not bad numbers there.
Wow. 75% of your seasons you're winning the Stanley Cup. He won 5 Vezina trophies as the best goaltender. He left the game of hockey. Decided to go become a lawyer. Became a senator, not an Ottawa senator.
Not an Ottawa senator.
This is before they re-existed in the 90s. Became a senator, wrote like what many considered like one of the best sports books of all time called The Game. Just like an absolute, just like if you think about like Mount Rushmore of NHL people, like personalities. He also he went to Cornell. So he's like an Ivy League.
Yeah, I see
like
that.
I'm pretty sure he lost like 4 games total in his like 4 years at Cornell as a goalie. He has insane stats. Like it's just mind-boggling. But fellow Cornellian, I think that's what they call him. I don't know. Fellow Big Redian, Gary Bettman. He and Gary Bettman were apparently like friends.
Okay.
Until Ken Dryden started like talking about concussions and the NHL's role in like subverting some of the evidence that like the way the game was played would result in traumatic brain injuries and stuff like that, and the long-term health effects of it. So their friendship obviously went away because Gary Bettman did not want that stuff out. But yeah, just like a beast of a dude, like just like truly one of the greats. And not just because of his stats, but it's like when you can back up your personal like moral character with those kinds of like insane stats, it's like, wow, that's awesome. So one of the like best cool players of all time, in my opinion, for sure.
Yeah.
So you have on here high school football. What are we talking about? High school football.
I have now been to more high school football games in the last 2 weeks than I have been in the last like 30 years since I graduated high school.
Okay.
Excuse me. So our friend Chris, her son's in the band at his high school.
Okay.
So obviously I'm not going to watch high school football. I'm going for the halftime shows.
Right.
But I have to watch the football, before and after. So whatever, it is what it is.
No one's forcing you, but okay.
Yeah. And their team right now is 2-1 or 2-0 or 3-0? I mean, I can't remember. Anyway, they've won the last 2 games I've been at.
So you're a bit of a good luck charm.
So I guess, yeah. So we couldn't go to game 1 because it was like a rivalry game, and apparently it was sold out before we even knew about like ticketing or whatever.
Oh wow.
So, no big deal. Trying to find what their score is. Let's see. They are 4-1. Sorry. So we've apparently missed 2 games now. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we missed the first 3 games. Oh wow.
Oh geez.
Okay. Damn. Late to the season here.
Yeah, high school football starts like surprisingly early. Like they're like starting games like mid-August. It's like, what are you guys
August doing? Yeah, August 22nd was apparently the first game. They lost that one, and then they're undefeated since. So anyway, so this week was the first high school football game I've experienced with a point differential rule, or mercy rule, as they call them.
So they opened up a can of whoop ass.
So yeah, so in Ohio, apparently now it's 30-point differential. Okay. Is the threshold for the mercy rule to take effect.
That's pretty respectable. Like
it's 4 touchdowns, and
they don't really let you rub their face in it, do they?
Yeah. So, it's not a mercy rule because the game's not over. But what they do is they switch to a running clock for the duration of the game, and the clock does not stop except for changes of possession. Okay. Or unless an official timeout is called.
Okay. I like that.
So it's basically like they go from high school / college timing rules to like NFL timing rules, but like with no stoppages, period. Like not even an incomplete pass stops the clock. If the team's up by 30. Now, if the other team catches up, like if they score a touchdown and now it's only 24 or 23, then it goes back to regular timing rules.
That's got to be a mess to keep track of.
Yeah. Like, fortunately, the other team didn't score. I mean, the point differential stayed, above 30 the rest of the game. But it made the fourth quarter fly by, like, super fast. Like, the third quarter, I think it was about... So they're 12-minute quarters. I think it was like maybe 2 minutes into the third quarter when they ended up enacting the rule. And that clock, 10 minutes goes by real fast when you're like actually letting 10 minutes go by. It's actually 10 minutes. Yeah. I was like, oh crap, like the quarter's over. And then 12 minutes goes by like in 12 minutes,
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of feel like that should just be the regular clock rule, period. Just keep the clock running no matter what. Like, if you run out of time, you run out of time. Like, Get good. But
hold on a sec.
You all right?
My cat got stuck on my chair.
Oh. That'll happen.
She got her paw like stuck, and then she's just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah, it's like an interesting take on the mercy rule, like to help, I guess, not end the game, but also, put them out of their misery a little faster.
Yeah.
So
I kind of wish they had that when I was playing hockey in high school, because when I played for the Kennedy Eagles, and we were getting mercied every single game, the rule was a 20-goal differential, which we got mercied every game. We literally got 20 goals scored against us.
Did you have a goalie?
Every single game.
You didn't have
our
a goalie?
Goalie had played 1 year of roller hockey.
Was your goalie like...
He was basically the only...
and like,
he was pretty short. He's basically the only kid that was like willing to stand in front of pucks.
Obviously not if he's letting 20 through a game. Dude.
It was like fair point.
He's clearly not standing in front of too much.
Yeah, his save percentage is like 0.13 or something. Yeah. But it kind of sucked because it was like they would score the 20
minutes.
Yeah, and then it's like I got dressed for this. Like, come on. So, yeah, because it would happen pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got
I think actually,
shifts.
I think what they would do is they'd let us play out the second period.
Okay.
And if the goal differential was more than 20
they just
by the end of the second period, it was like, no, they kept scoring.
Oh,
but it was basically like, yeah, because some games we lost like 25-2 or something. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wow.
I played the first year I played hockey, though, it was a running clock, and that was kind of nice because it was like, and beer league does that too at a certain point. Yeah, I think if you go down by like 5 goals, they're just like run the clock.
Keep it running.
Which honestly it's kind of nice when you're in adult beer league because you're like, I gotta go home and go to bed.
Yeah, I got beers. I got beers to drink, man.
Yeah. I can't be out here till midnight.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
But yeah, so I mean, and
so I guess
show's pretty decent.
Okay.
I'm hoping to see a new one at the next home game because I've seen the same one twice now. Well, three times.
Okay.
3 times now because we went to a band competition on Saturday.
Okay.
That's the first time I've ever been to a band competition, a marching band competition.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
I didn't realize how like sporty the band was until this competition. Like,
what do you mean by sporty?
So it was like, I mean, it's been Ohio weather, so it was like freaking 95 degrees or whatever on Saturday, and they started this thing at 4 p.m.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, 5 was the first band. But at one point, like, I look over and this like dude is running onto the field, like sprinting onto the field, and he's wearing like shorts and a polo, and I'm like, wait, clearly he's like something's wrong. I look over, there's a kid on the ground. Like, I don't know if he passed out, I don't know if he tripped, but like this dude went over to check on him, and like he was down for a couple of minutes, and then they like got him up at the end of the show. Like they got him up and walked him off the field with the rest of the band. But I was like, what the heck? Like,
what?
I didn't know it was possible to get like fatigued or whatever, but
tear an ACL.
They're wearing like these heavy uniforms, you know, and then they're marching, and like unfortunately for them, the way that the stadium was positioned, the sun was like in their faces. So I can only imagine like the poor kid probably got like a little heat exhaustion or something, but
carrying like a 50-pound tuba.
Yeah, carrying sousaphone on the field, but yeah, I don't remember what instrument he was playing. Like I probably would have laughed if it was like, you know, a clarinet or something, you know, lightweight, you know.
Come on.
But there were some pretty impressive shows. Like I was like, wow, for high school, like some of them went pretty hard with their like choreography and production quality. The band that won, just no, sorry. Yeah.
Maybe a little judge rigging or something.
I don't know. You're not supposed to boo. I almost did. I audibly said, "What the fuck?" when they handed them like their 5th trophy of the night. I don't care, man. At this point, like this is getting out of hand. Like there were bands that put on equally good or better performances.
Did you have money riding on it, or
no?
Bet
Kings doesn't. Yeah.
Is there a market?
365 doesn't have a yet. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can bet on high school sports yet. Like,
yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah. So I'll keep you updated on the high school football front here.
What kind of songs are they doing? Like, are they doing like some Sabrina Carpenter? And
no. So the band that we follow, they're doing a show called Rise, and it's a lot of Beethoven, which is it's weird. Like I'm not a huge fan. The kids do
Wolfgang Amadeus Beethoven.
Wolfgang Amadeus Beethoven.
I fucked that up.
Are you drinking the Olipop or the beer tonight? Wow.
Wow. False
Wolfgang Amadeus.
Dude, I'm just gonna wow.
Pack that up.
Yeah.
I can tell you didn't take an art history course in college.
Geez.
My goodness.
The problem is like I'm a big fan of Beethoven.
No, I like Beethoven. I don't
Okay.
So my problem, I guess, is more the arrangement and the instrumentation. Like I just don't feel like Beethoven was designed to be played by a sousaphone.
Okay.
And the sousaphones get like a pretty prominent role in some of the show, and I'm just like, man, dude. Feels like French horn.
I gotta go sousaphone.
Sousaphone is a sousaphone is a marching tuba. It is the same thing as a tuba. It's just it's got a big circle so you can carry it easier.
Okay.
Invented by John Philip Sousa of I Wrote Every Badass March in History fame.
All right.
Yeah.
Big marching band.
Some of the other bands played, you know, more like pop. I guess not pop because it's like Bon Jovi and, you know, so pop from when I was a kid.
Like music from the 80s, 90s, and now.
Which I guess they're calling classic rock these days.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
I was thinking about like time. I did this, I think, on our last episode too, of like the time difference of like now to whatever, and then that point to like back into history. Yeah. And I was thinking of like Coldplay's first big hit was Yellow, the song Yellow, and that came out in the year 2000. So it's 25 years ago. I was going to say
2000 because I was in college when that came out.
Yeah. And 25 years before that was 1975. Like, and I'm thinking of like the song Yellow is still like a fairly, you know, relevant song. Like we're still kind of in that time period, but I would not have thought when I was a kid that 1975 was a relevant time. That was like, you know, peak Led Zeppelin and AC/DC. Like we're talking a totally different era. That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, any other high school football news?
Not yet.
Middle of Ohio?
We'll see what we got this weekend.
Okay. I had to do a little research on the Ryder Cup here because you put this on the agenda.
Yeah, it's a golf event that's held every 2 years. It's U.S. versus Europe.
Be honest, are you watching golf? Have you started? Has it crept in?
I haven't yet because we only have one TV, and I know I'll get in trouble like if I try to watch golf on the one TV that we have.
Right.
I mean, she can watch Big Brother all the time, and that's okay. But,
interesting.
Yeah. Well, I don't care. I could probably watch it on my phone, but you know,
watching golf on your phone, like you've sunk to a new low. I feel like.
I don't know. People watch everything on their phones nowadays, right? Like I probably watch YouTube more on my phone than on like computer or anything.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah.
I spend more time watching like sports highlights and stuff like that, like ESPN app and stuff like, you know, MLB app and stuff like that on my phone. I don't, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, so Ryder Cup, I'll probably watch a little bit, you know, when I can, or at least the highlights. But yeah, it's basically US against Europe.
That much I knew.
In a team golf event. So
yeah,
they're playing foursomes Friday and Saturday in the morning.
So I think I know what a foursome is. It's like 4 guys on a team.
Yeah. Well, it's two guys on each team. So it's a foursome, like 4 guys playing.
Oh, okay. So 2 against 2, like basically.
2 against 2, yeah.
Okay. So they go up against each other, and so then
they go against each other, and you get basically you get points per like hole win.
Okay.
Or points per matchup, I mean. And then it's an alternating ball format. So like if you and I were a team, like one of us would tee off and the other one would hit the second shot, and then the person who teed off would hit the third shot.
Okay. So like I'd let you tee off. I'd hit it, you know,
on hole 1, and then on hole 2 you'd tee off, and then I'd get the second shot.
Oh, you have to rotate that way. Oh, well, that's okay. So I can just let you drive all day.
Interesting. Like, yeah, you can't just and you can't just let your like best short game guy just be the you know.
Well, that's
the guy taking it off the fairway. So
all right,
that's interesting. Then they play 4-ball.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So what is that?
So I've heard of it before. I've never like watched it or played it.
Is this like what Andrew was wanting soccer to be, where there's just 4 balls out there and you just play whatever? You just
so it's a foursome, but instead of you alternating strokes, each player plays their own ball, and then the lowest score wins the hole.
Okay.
So then the other scores are basically tossed. So like the lowest score for each team. So if I shoot a 4 and you shoot a 5, I win the hole, but then like your 5 counts on your team's scorecard for the whole 18. And then my 4 counts. So
interesting.
It's interesting. And then Sunday is all singles. So they just play 1-on-1 all day.
So I saw there's like 10 guys on each team or 12 guys on each team.
12 guys, yeah, 12 guys on each team.
Okay. So how do they play it? Like, does everybody do the foursomes and everybody does the 4 balls and everybody does the singles? Like they play it like an actual like tournament?
Yeah, kind of like an actual tournament. But the captain of the team like basically decides who's playing with who. Okay. Or like who's going up against who. So
okay.
So like the foursomes, the captain for the US team will be like, okay, you two are going on the club to get you, like you two will play together against these two, whatever. And then 4 balls basically, I mean, you kind of take your chances with who your lowest 2 scorers can be.
Okay.
And then singles, like, because everybody plays, it's, hope everybody brought their A game on Sunday.
Right.
So, excuse me.
Okay.
But
interesting.
Hopefully the U.S. gets it done to own the rest of the world, or at least Europe. Whatever.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm feeling up for rooting for the U.S.
I don't know. You know what?
I have to see how many MAGA hats are out there on the course.
Shouldn't be any on the players anyway.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Well. Yep.
You put in here. Well, anything else on the Ryder Cup?
No.
Okay.
Just
that it's happening.
It's happening.
All right. So, every time I'm driving by this golf course every single day, when I'm going out to work and stuff, and I'm just like, man, I need to golf. Like I'm feeling the need to go play.
I am.
And so when you guys come up, we might have to go get 9 holes in or something.
Rent a clubs and do it. Yeah.
Yellow card for Dewsbury-Hall, huh?
Oh my goodness. So got
how I just read that word for word off of the press. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Got up at 7:15 to watch the 7:30 kickoff for Everton and Liverpool in the Derby. And first half kind of sucked. Some questionable officiating decisions, like Ndiaye for us had the ball, and it looked like he took a foul. Ref didn't call anything. Liverpool goes on to score like off of the turnover that resulted from what looked like it should have been a foul. So then they go up 1-0, and then eventually do Liverpool things and go up 2-0. But then Everton in the second half, Everton was coming back, like they were making strides. Like it looked like they could easily at least equalize the match. Did end up scoring a goal, and then on a foul, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall took the free kick apparently too fast for the referee's liking, and so the referee booked him straight away, which has never happened. So you can get a foul for taking the free kick too quickly. Like if the ref determines, like the ref says, like, hey, hold on, I want to make sure that everybody's set up for this, like he has the right to do that. But usually what happens is, like, if it's towards the middle third of the field, it's usually like you just kind of take the kick as quickly as possible to get the ball moving, right? So apparently he took it too fast. And usually when that happens, the ref will just blow the whistle and make them redo it. But he just straight went for the pocket and pulled out the yellow. And now Dewsbury-Hall that's his 4th yellow card in 4 matches.
Oh, wow.
So if he picks up one more yellow card, he gets a 1-match ban for accumulation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the way. So if you get a straight red, you get a ban automatically. If you get accumulation yellows, 5 yellows puts you out for a game. So
wow.
I guess Everton are going to appeal the yellow card decision because it's not a normal yellow card situation.
Right.
Like you see almost weekly in a match somewhere, a guy will take a free kick too fast and the ref will just blow the whistle and be like, no, hold on, bring it back.
Just redo. Yeah.
Redo it.
It doesn't seem that egregious. Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. It's like if you want to get technical, like when the ball goes out of bounds and they're going for the throw in and you see like how many times do you see a player like toss the ball to another player coming over to take the throw in, so like he's handled the ball out of bounds and he throws it to another player who's like on his way out of bounds. And the intent is like this guy's going to be the one to actually throw it inbounds.
Right.
But like according to the letter of the rules, like that's technically a handball, and that player could be, given a yellow for an intentional handball and whatnot, whatever. But they never do it. It's like one of those things where it's just like, okay, we understand like what
it's obvious.
We understand what you meant to do. We're not, going to be idiots about this, but
so that reminds me of a time
pissed us all off.
Yeah, I was in 8th grade and played basketball. Another great sports team that I was on, where we went 0-8. I'm telling you, I'm bad luck on teams. And I had no idea about the rules of basketball except like the ball goes in the hoop, and you get 2 points. That was pretty much it. And like, you can't grab the ball out of somebody's hand, and you can't, jump up and down, and you can't run with the ball just tucked. You got to bounce it. So I knew a few of the rules, but inbounding the ball, did not really know. I knew that like if you were inbounding the ball, you stood there and you found somebody and you threw it to them, and then the play starts.
Yeah.
Well, I was the one inbounding the ball, and this actually it was a 7th grader because it was on the 7th, 8th grade team, and the 7th grader's coming over, and he was actually really good at basketball, and he's like, let me inbound the ball. So I tossed it to him, and then I go down the court, and the ref like blows it dead, like, no. Like, and I was like, and so it was like we had to give up possession because I was very clearly giving my teammate the ball to inbound the ball. And the ref was like, a stickler for the rules on these 8th grade kids. Like, come on, man.
See, I've even in the NBA, I think I've seen guys do that.
Every time it triggers me. Every
they
time
change their mind, they're like, no, wait a minute, you take the ball out so that I can go get under whatever.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm triggered every single time I see that on the NBA.
Refs have got to stop trying to insert themselves in games too much.
Yeah.
So, and that was a moment. So
yeah, well,
at
least Everton is in the top 10 in the table.
The Wolves, Wolves still have 0 points, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll have good moments. It's almost like we don't start playing until the final like 20 minutes of every match when we're down 3-1. So that's fun. It also feels like every goal that I see that we score is offside, so that's also fun. Like and it's like
really
I've seen at least 3 or 4 goals that we have scored that were called for offside that didn't need to be offside. Like you easily could have stayed onside, still made the play, still scored a goal, and it's just like, dude, you're just biting too early on this. Like, settle down. Everybody just settle down. You're going to get your goals. So, I don't know. Everton tomorrow, though. Everton and Wolverhampton play tomorrow afternoon, 2:45. So
Cup, yeah.
Oh, in the Cup. What are you talking about?
In the Carabao Cup.
What the hell is this? There's always something. This is not like a. Is this not an English Premier League?
No, it's not in the Premier League. It's a domestic it's the domestic cup, the domestic competition.
How are we supposed to keep this stuff straight?
Well, so the Premier League matches are played on the weekend, usually Saturday and Sunday. And then the domestic cup and the UEFA champions and whatever league are played Monday through Friday once the seasons get started. Until
why would you not just do this stuff at separate points in the year? Why do you always have to just have everything intertwined? It's so confusing.
They have to be concurrent because you're playing like. I think it stems from the club days of the sports, like when it was literally like an athletic club that you joined. And so it was like they just picked squads of guys to play in different tournaments.
Okay.
Because like anybody on your like club roster is eligible to play in these other on all these tournaments. Like you have to submit an official roster for like the Premier League and whatnot, but
okay,
like anybody's basically eligible. So you can pull if you've got a 18-year-old that you want to use for your UEFA competitions, but not necessarily for your domestic stuff, you can do that, or vice versa, or what however you want to do it. So MLS does it too. It's just nobody cares about MLS, so you don't notice it.
Right. So the game against Tottenham on Saturday, that's going to be
that's Premier League match. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now I see up at the top EFL Cup.
You'll
I just have to keep an eye on that Cup. Premier League.
Yeah,
okay.
you look at that and it'll tell you.
All right. So the game tomorrow doesn't necessarily matter for the Premier League table.
It doesn't matter at all for the Premier League table. It matters for the EFL Cup. So winner advances to the next round, and then loser gets to not play in the EFL Cup anymore the rest of this year.
Okay.
But both teams play. So like at the beginning of the season, everybody makes it into the EFL Cup, basically. Okay. It's like how the NBA started doing this in-season tournament thing.
Right.
Where like everybody starts out in the like round robin or whatever.
Okay.
But in the EFL Cup, it's like some teams play a round robin like to qualify to get into the bracket round, and then some teams like start in the second or third round. Like it just depends on how good you were like the season before, where you so like a team like Liverpool, who are the Premier League champions, like they might not have to play until the third round of the EFL Cup.
Okay.
So
you've got, and I'm reading now that it's open to any club within the top 4 levels of the English Football League system. So 92 clubs.
It's basically an open.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you could be like in the 4th tier and win English.
I mean, you could
take down Liverpool and win the EFL Cup.
Yeah, sure.
How much of those guys are like working construction during the week and then like playing football on the weekends? There's no way.
You could also, conceivably start out in non-league football and end up in the Premier League one day, but Wrexham are still away from that.
Right. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Learn something new every episode here.
Yeah.
It's great. So WNBA playoffs.
Playoffs started. They're like exclusively on ESPN. So it's basically like kind of watching scoreboard right now because I don't have ESPN.
Okay.
You
gotta get it. It's a business expense at this point.
Yeah, well,
with the podcast, you just write it off.
That's true.
Get Phillies Karen's accounting firm to work that out.
Yeah, so we're in the semis now. We've got Minnesota against Phoenix and the Las Vegas Aces against the Indiana Fever.
Okay.
Minnesota's up 1-0, 1-0 over Phoenix, and the Fever up 1-0 over Vegas. Be kind of cool if the Fever made it to the finals, get like a Indiana finals WNBA double. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
I don't know.
Have to look that up. So the only thing I don't like about it is like they only play a best of 3 in the first round, and then they play best of 5 the rest of best of 5 semi and 7 finals. Like, which I understand, like you're only going to pay them, 3/5 of what you pay a man, but
right.
or 70%, whatever it is,
Right.
But so
AI overview says NBA and WNBA team have never won a championship in the same year in the same city. City of LA came close in 2001.
Okay, so the Lakers and the Sparks have both been in the same season, but not won in the same season. Okay. Well, this would be the Pacers lost in the NBA Finals, so this wouldn't be.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be a win, but
it wouldn't be a win. And it'd be kind of cool to see the Fever do it.
Who'd you say you were a fan of that you were rooting for? Not Vegas,
no. I mean, I guess I kind of got to go with the hometown Fever.
Okay.
I'm not a huge Caitlin Clark fan, but
right.
I don't know. Her personality kind of grates on my nerves a little bit.
She's not even playing though, right? She's injured.
Yeah, she's injured. So
yeah.
Whatever.
So it doesn't really matter.
No.
Well, the Aces have now newly crowned 4-time MVP.
Yeah, Asia Wilson.
So I would put my money on
and looking for a 4th championship. So
okay.
I mean, who knows?
Look that up.
They are the number two seed. Playing against the 6th seed Fever, so we'll see how that goes.
So last year was the Liberty, over the Lynx, the New York Liberty over the Minnesota Lynx.
Yeah.
Year before that, it was the Aces over the Liberty.
I think the Aces won 3 in a row, right?
They won back to back, 22 and 23.
2 in a row, that's right.
And then there was the Sky before that against the Mercury.
Minnesota's been pretty dominant this year, though, so they should be able to pull it off, I would think. They're the number 1 seed. So.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Did they play? I saw in the first round they played best of 3. Did they play best of?
They play best of 5 then in the semis. But they only take, they take the top 8 overall. So it's not like an Eastern Western conference. It's just top 8.
Oh.
And they seed them out from there.
Interesting. All right.
It's a smaller league, I guess.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of playoffs, you cursed me. The last episode, you were like, "Yeah, Tigers are in. Don't worry about it. Like, unless they lose every game and the Guardians win every game, guess what, Tim?
Yep. The
Guardians are 1 game back now.
Won every game, and the Tigers have lost every game pretty much. So,
and I have watched the playoff potential on ESPN, the ESPN app.
It
shows the playoff potential, and it's like 99.9%. It said greater than 99.9%.
Yeah.
And then it was like 99.1%. And then it was like 87%. And then it was like, you know what? We're at like an 80% now. So I'm a little pissed because guess what? The next series that starts is against the Guardians. So tomorrow,
win the series,
the next 3 days,
win the series, win the league.
That's true. So this is basically a playoff series, essentially.
Basically a playoff series, yeah.
Because if they don't win the division, they're probably not even in the playoffs at all.
Yeah, the AL is pretty stacked this year.
So that's gonna hurt because it's gonna be like all season long, leading the entire league, and the last like month just shit the bed.
Well,
so
the
sounds
Brewers,
about right.
The Brewers are the best team in baseball right now. I mean, the Dodgers, we got the magic number down to 3 and we just can't win. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yesterday's game was just a disaster, losing to the Giants, like after being up. Like it was a 0-0 tie going to the 6th inning. And then we ended up shitting the bed and letting them win. So
let's see. You clinched though. You're in the playoffs.
We clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Wild card. So
Right.
I mean, I don't really have a whole hell of a lot of faith, but we'll see.
All right. How are they doing this now again? I'm always so confused. The season ended today. Wild card series.
Top three teams, and then the top next 3 teams. So each division winner, and then each division winner.
No, this says on the CBS Sports. It says if the season ended today, AL buys would be number 1 Blue Jays and number 2 Mariners.
Yeah,
AL wildcard series.
So the 3.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
The 3 division winners get the top 3 seeds. Then the next 3 best teams get the other 3 seeds, and the top 2 get buys, and then the other 4 duke it out, and then it goes. Yeah.
What is it? Best of 5 in the wild card.
Best of 5 in the wild card. So.
Is it best of 5 or best of 7 in the division series?
And then it's best of 7 from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So looks like right now, looks like Cubs, Padres.
So I guess the Tigers probably still would make the playoffs. They would switch from having home field advantage of the Guardians to not having home field advantage of the Guardians.
Well,
like if the Guardians overtook us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. I do love that.
That's crazy.
I do love that this one is something that's come true. You were saying, you know what? I don't know how to say this, but you were saying, oh yeah, the Tigers, all the stuff I just said a few minutes ago. You were also saying, oh, Cal Raleigh wins the home run derby, and you already ate crow for this, but now he set the franchise record.
He set the franchise record
over Ken Griffey Jr.
And he also didn't he set a record for switch hitter home runs in a season?
Yes.
I think I saw the other day. I was like,
yes,
wow, way to really just put a jinx on the guy, I don't know. All right, next year, my prediction is that the guy who wins the home run derby is going to hit 75 home runs, and
All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
You heard it here first.
All right. Sounds good.
Time for a break?
Time for a break.
Okay. This segment sponsored by ESPN Bet, Bet365, FanDuel Sports, and MGM.
Whatever other 19. I feel like
800
every time
problem if you have a gambling problem.
Every time I watch a game, I feel like I find there's like a new sponsor, a new betting sponsor out there. Like, has the market not become saturated enough?
No.
Like, is there still room for back alley bookies? Like,
who will think of the back alley bookies?
Is there a guy running a numbers game in New York City still somewhere? Just a small guy trying to get on.
It's like the dispensaries. It's like, have they put out the weed man? Have they put the weed man out of business?
I'm doubting it.
I was driving a guy that worked for me one time, and we passed a dispensary in Chicago, and he was like, actually, he was driving me. He was giving me a ride. He was like, he passes by and just under his breath, he's just like, Walmart weed. It's like, what?
Does he buy his liquor from a guy in
I don't know. A moonshiner? Somebody drove up from Tennessee and
I mean, it's I don't know, to each their own, but I find that regulating things is usually the way to go.
Yeah. Some process of oversight.
Yeah, a little bit.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. Anyway, so sports betting, the new cultural disease, social disease.
Is it though? Is it a problem, or is it like, freedom.
I don't know, because like I'm old enough to have grown up in the like, if you bet on sports, your next step is prostitution and illicit drug use. Like those are the kind of people who hang out together.
It's a slippery slope, Tim.
It's a slippery slope. I mean, like I'm old enough to remember Pete Rose getting the lifetime ban. Art Schlichter in the NFL, getting the lifetime ban. Like, I'm old enough to remember when sports betting was like something that everybody kind of knew a guy who would take bets. If you were interested in betting, like you knew a guy who would take bets, or like it was a friendly thing, like a few buddies would put together a football pool or something like that.
Yeah. I may have been a part of one of those.
Yeah. We've all played the football betting games, right? But it was still kind of taboo, like especially here in the United States. Over in Europe, they have a different relationship with gambling, where like every pro football club over there is sponsored by a betting company. Right. It seems like
right.
Like I root for a club who's sponsored by a online sports betting thing, stake.com for Everton.
Stake. Oh, I was thinking like steaks.
No. Like that would be
the kind you eat.
No, not the kind you eat, the kind you wager. It's I don't know. Like I am I'm a
Wolverhampton is too.
Wolverhampton is too.
It's the bet. Yeah.
Which like some of these companies aren't even trying anymore with the naming.
No,
it's like just bet with a number on it. Like,
right. Yeah.
Bet 88. Bet 365. Bet. So like I'm a pretty liberal, like you do what you want to do kind of guy. Like I don't, if betting on sports makes the game more exciting for you, whatever.
Sure.
Okay. If you think that you're going to somehow be a professional sports bettor, I question your decision-making skills.
Not so much with the discernment on that one.
Especially putting huge amounts of cash on, an unknown, such as
something you have zero control over.
Sports. Yeah.
Like
it's one thing to me to play like blackjack or poker where, you've got a legitimate control in the game,
Right.
Craps is a fun game to play. Would I bet massive amounts of money on craps knowing that some other person at the end of the table can throw, a 12 and take my money? No.
Yeah.
Would I play $5 bet craps? Yeah. It's, it's more of a social communal game, whatever. My kind of philosophy on gambling is if you want to gamble and you have the means to engage in that, go for it. If that's what you find entertaining,
sure.
But don't treat it as a business venture.
Right. It's not an investment.
It's not an investment. Unless you're like really good, like some of these people who run in like the World Series of Poker or like the bigger events like that. Yeah, they are making a living at it. But
that's a game of that's a game of like
that's
skill.
More of a game of skill at
as
that
well.
Point. Exactly. Yeah. Like don't quit your day job basically.
Right.
When it comes to betting.
Did you have you and I both went to a private Christian school, different ones, but and in totally different eras, really. Even only 8 years apart or whatever. But
is there like a different era in private Christian school world?
They're all stuck in
they're all living in the late. Yeah, I was going to say they're all living in the same era,
right? Turn of the century.
You're allowed to drive your car to college now.
End of times. Yeah.
I think have a bed.
Did I mention to you that the year before I started at Tribeca, that you weren't allowed to wear shorts on campus?
No.
Yeah, so that was a rule. And I feel like I found that out once I'd already enrolled. But I was like, that would have been a major deal breaker had I showed up and they were like, oh yeah, by the way, you can't wear shorts. That would have been weird. Anyways, I had a financial stewardship class that was required as part of my gen ed credits. Did you have any sort of anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well,
would it have been beneficial? Yeah.
It absolutely would. No, it would not.
Would it have been more beneficial than a World Changers class? Probably.
Possibly, but probably not, because my financial stewardship class was a joke. It was garbage. It was essentially like give 10% of your earnings to the church and invest in a 401k and everything's going to be fine. A whole class session, if not a whole week of the entire course, was devoted to how gambling is bad stewardship of your money. I don't disagree with that on the whole, but I raised the point in the class and got in an argument with the professor that gambling, if you approach it as entertainment, is no different than paying to go to the movies. If I show up to the casino with $25 and that's the money I have to lose, and I'm not going to do any more beyond that $25 and whatever, it's literally no different than me spending that $25 going to see a movie or that $25 going to ride go-karts. Like, if I'm purchasing enjoyment out of that. I'm purchasing fun.
Yeah.
And so if that $25, if I don't approach it as like, oh, this is my retirement money, and this is the only way I'm gonna fund my retirement because I'm waiting for that 100% payoff or whatever. It's no different. So yeah, I'm a big believer on it's fine to bet. I think it's fine to have avenues to bet and gamble. I find it I don't do it because I just don't have the money right now. To throw money at I pay enough to get the streaming services to be able to watch my sports teams.
Yeah.
I don't have money then on top of that to go bet on the games. But
if you sign up now, your first $300 in bets are free.
Right. Bet $5 and then they'll give you $1,000 to bet. But you got to use it within 24 hours, and it's got to be used on some kind of random something or other. And it's all right.
Yeah. There's so many strings attached to that free money they're giving out. Yeah. So, I'm pretty much the same way. It's entertainment, whatever, and I've always felt, kind of that way. People, obviously when we were growing up, it was, gambling's a sin, drinking's a sin. All these things are sins. And it's okay. I have other thoughts on that, but this isn't really a theological or religious or philosophical show. So we'll,
Hey, go for it.
Well, here's one of the things. I really, one of the reasons that I jumped back into being an atheist was because it's so this loving, perfect creator made everything on this planet, and yet we're not supposed to use everything on this planet. He made some things that were intentionally designed to be bad, and are they bad?
Okay.
Fermenting grain to make alcohol isn't inherently evil.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with alcohol. Now, if all you do all day is drink to get drunk and you don't contribute positively to society, that's a problem.
Sure.
I don't know if I agree that it's a sin because I don't believe in that concept anymore. But, it's one of those things where it's so this guy's perfect. He makes everything, but then he's and all these things are off limits. And they're all the fun things,
like heroin.
Yeah, he can't just stop at shellfish, it's, shellfish and crack, and dancing and, like.
That sounds like a good weekend, Tim. Shellfish, crack, and dancing. Honestly, that could be like a slogan of a venue.
Shellfish and dancing.
It could be like the new, Bet 365 clubhouse kind of thing in Miami.
Yeah. Whatever they got going on. But anyway, so I mean, but when is it too much? And I think when it's too much is when you're like chasing losses. And for me, like it's almost become too much more on the advertising standpoint. Like I am so tired. Like I am so tired of seeing like Jamie Foxx hawking.
Oh yeah.
All these people hawking all these bets. It's just frustrating, like I'm trying to enjoy this game. And it's like, what would make this game more enjoyable for you is to sign up for this betting service. And, your first bet's free. Like, no, that wouldn't make it more enjoyable for me. Like, I don't. And I feel like it's gotten worse with this new like daily fantasy football thing.
Okay.
Like we're in that season now.
Right.
So again, this is how old I am. Like I'm old enough to remember, like if you wanted to play fantasy football or fantasy baseball, you got a group of guys together. Everybody picked their teams. Everybody submitted their information on paper.
Right.
And then when the newspaper came out with the scores and stats, then somebody in the league was charged with tabulating the points.
Right.
And then the MLB, I think, was one that sued like a group of guys who were playing fantasy baseball in New York.
Yeah.
They were like, this is our, this is our intellectual property. And the guys who were running the thing were like, but the stats become public information. Like you can't, and once the public information is out there, like you can't control what people do with it. And so it ended up like fantasy sports became like legal or whatever. Like it was never illegal, but it, like got legal standing as far as like, yes, this is fine, whatever. And then Yahoo jumped on and a couple of other online platforms, took it more mainstream. And then when sports betting became legal in the United States, like in basically all 50 states, they started this daily fantasy thing where you can like pick 3 players a day and get paid based on their stats for the day or whatever. And I'm just like, how do people have this much time?
How are you keeping up with it? Yeah, that's what
I run a fantasy football team. And by run a fantasy football team, I mean we leave it on auto draft, and I'm like, oh shit,
missed your draft.
Yeah, this guy's on a bye, and he's still in my starting lineup.
Yeah.
Oh shit, like that's how I run my fantasy football team.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine, I mean, if you can, that's great. How are you a productive member of society by doing that? What, like, that's my big thing is like, we're all part of this society and we all need to be productive members of this society. So like, what are you bringing to the table besides the tax revenue that you're generating off of that?
Yeah.
But
does it impact the integrity of the game at all, do you think? Like obviously players. Do you think players are really keeping themselves out of the sports books?
I mean, we're starting to see like there have been a few players recently who have been investigated by their league for betting on sports.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple of Lions, I think, what was it, last year or the year before, who were betting. They weren't betting on football, but they were betting on like basketball or something else at the Lions facility. So they were like at work, which is also kind of a, I mean, isn't that like a universal thing? Like you don't do certain things at work, and sports betting is one of those.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, as a teacher, like there's a whole lot of things I'm not allowed to do at work.
Yeah.
You know, but so I think I don't
shellfish crack and dancing.
Yeah, no, we're allowed to do shellfish and dancing.
Okay.
Except in my classroom, I got a couple kids with shellfish allergies, so I'm not allowed to do shellfish in my classroom.
Well, there you go. My favorite was like a couple of years ago, the Ottawa Senators had a player, Shane Pinto, who was suspended half the season for gambling. He was not betting on NHL games. He was using friends to place the bets for him.
Proxy.
Yeah. But not betting on NHL games.
Mm-hmm.
And get suspended for half the season. And the craziest part of all of it is the picture that was like attached to whatever news article it was that broke the story. The helmet sponsor was a betting app. And I was like, you cannot have it both ways where you are promoting bet. And then the players who are literally wearing these logos of bet. He's not betting on his own games. He's not even betting on his own league. Why is he not allowed to participate in this? Like, if this is fine for everybody else to do, why is he not allowed to do it? That's kind of where I go, like, do you find something wrong with this? Because you're basically saying it's okay for certain people to do it, but it's against our moral code to do this within the league or whatever.
Yeah. And I can see not betting on your own sport. Obviously that's
sure.
That's
that makes sense to me.
You know, like the most upset I think I've ever been, as far as this kind of thing goes, is at a baseball game in Washington, DC, a couple years back, when like sports betting first kind of became like normalized or whatever, you know, the apps came out. Everybody's got an app now. We're in Nationals Park and there's literally a bet MGM thing hanging over the side of the stadium. Like, you can place bets in game. I'm like, so Pete Rose gets banned for life.
Right.
And now we encourage every fan to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it just never sat well with me. You know, I'm just like I understand Pete Rose did bet on baseball. That's fine. Like, he broke a rule. He bet on the game. He never bet against his team. He never bet, as far as I know, he never bet like in a way that impacted the Reds' play.
Yeah.
You know, he got villainized. You know, like the 1919 Chicago White Sox, who threw a World Series.
Right.
Were seen in a better light than Pete Rose.
Yeah.
You know, he's stripped of all of his, you know, records and everything. You know, he's no longer a 3,000 hit. He can't ever get it at Cooperstown, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm like, I can see, you know, the 1919 Sox throwing the World Series. Yes.
Right.
Okay. Pete Rose never bet against his team, never threw a game, never let his bets influence his managerial calls, you know. And then when Major League Baseball is like, we've got an official betting sponsor of Major League Baseball, and then you go to every stadium now has this, you know, you can bet from your phone in the stadium. I'm like, fucking Pete Rose gets lambasted for this,
right?
And that's his legacy. And now you're like, hey, we're making money off of it now. I think, and I think that was the difference.
I think it is. Yeah.
Pete was betting with a bookie, you know, in the time when in America betting wasn't, you know, cool, period. You know, and baseball wasn't getting their cut.
Yeah.
And now they're getting their cut and they're like, yeah,
We're
you know,
yeah.
I mean, as long as the players aren't doing it in the clubhouse, as long as they're not betting on baseball games, it will be interesting to see like if players are actually allowed to sign endorsement deals with some of these, because like they can't use they still can't use the player images in the in the ads and stuff, which is kind of funny to me because like they can't use the players' images, but they can be like, Bryce Harper is plus 5,000 to hit 2 home runs this week, or in this game. It's like, so you can use his name, you can make money off of his name. You just can't put a picture of Bryce up there, or like Jalen Hurts is, plus 250 to have 100-yard passing game or whatever, like, but you put a picture of him up there and it's, that's not allowed.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, like, do it, don't do it, whatever. Can we just stop advertising it every damn commercial break? And
it feels like one of those things though, where it's like, it hasn't been fully figured out, like where everybody, like it became legalized and then all of a sudden it's everywhere. And of course the networks are raking in the cash on the advertising front. They don't care. I imagine the leagues are getting some kind of cut with something in this. The teams are by letting them advertise in the stadium and stuff like that for sure. And so it feels like this thing where everybody's like, well, like, let's make this money, but we haven't really thought through implications in terms of integrity of the game. Like, right and wrong, whatever. What are the boundaries of this? Like, where do we feel like this crosses boundaries and stuff? Because there's so much, it feels that way because there's so much like discongruity. Is that a word? Does that make sense? Like incongruity, man.
Yeah.
I'm having a day here.
Wrong prefix.
Fucking A.
That's okay. I have a kid in my class. We're thinking of antonyms for our vocabulary words for our story we're getting ready to read, and he's just wanting to put "un" in front of everything to make, because "un" makes it opposite. Sure. I'm like, yeah, but that's not really a word, so we need to like, nice try, but unnice is not the same as
unnice. That works for me.
It wasn't like that, but it was kind of funny. So. But
it's better than fucking Wolfgang Amadeus Beethoven.
Yeah, Jeez. That's true. Damn. I will say the most disappointed I've been with the sports betting though is when Bet365, they started running an ad. I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago now. He's got Jesse from Breaking Bad in it. Is he their guy? They're supposed, and the guy who's their commercial guy. He looks like Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Anyway, what really bummed me out was they show these people in a stadium and they're betting on curling.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, wait, if you could bet on curling, I might get behind that. Like, can I bet on curling? Like, can I?
Right.
So I mean, I looked at bet365.com and I scrolled, for curling, and it's not on there. I was like, damn it, you can't, like,
that's false advertising.
Where's the truth in advertisement? Yeah. Right. Like, where's the truth in advertisement? I want to bet on Team USA to get a silver at the Olympics.
Yeah.
In curling.
Oh, geez.
And now I can't. They got my hopes up.
I'd bet on curling. That'd be fun. Yeah. I do like, I think it's more interesting to bet on all the little like, what are they, parlays or whatever in the game. Like,
yeah.
The one thing I do like is like, and when I have done a little bit of betting, it's been less on like outcome of the game than it was like, I'm betting on like, okay, I want this player to score a goal and this other thing to happen or whatever. This team gets 10 shots in this period or whatever. Because then it makes it a little more interesting. And I'm betting like $2 on this. Like, because it makes it a little more interesting when you're watching it. You're like, oh, they're at 9 shots. Oh man, if they hit that 10th one, like I just made $3 or whatever. Like, it's just kind of a funny way to enhance the watching experience. But yeah, I agree with you. Like the ads are way too much. It's super annoying. It's almost like oversaturated to a point where there's not really very many ads about anything else. And it's like, it feels like it's now become, we don't play sports for the entertainment or for the sport. We play sports for the betting purpose of it. Like,
well, and guys have been like harassed over, somebody didn't make their, whatever. I will say with the parlays like that, don't do it at work to the detriment of your customers. We were in the mall yesterday. We went into a store, and these guys were literally like, one's watching on his laptop, the other one's on his phone, and they're like, if so-and-so does this, I win my parlay. And I'm like, hello, dude, there's like customers in the store. Like you didn't even greet me. It was a comic book store, surprisingly. I was like, what? Yeah.
The nerds are doing it.
The nerds are doing it.
So yeah, now it's crossed over.
Now it's mainstream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you're like ignoring. There was like a couple of other people in the store. I was like, you didn't even greet us. You didn't say welcome in. Can we help you find anything? You're just like, oh man, if he scores another touchdown, I win my parlay. Like, who cares?
We need to do a whole main event on customer service.
Well, we could do we could do that. We should start a consulting business. Maybe we should.
That'd be
all
a
right.
train wreck.
2-minute warning.
Yeah, 2-minute warning. Let's go. Okay, locker room talk. I've been hearing this term floated around a whole lot called the Manosphere.
Yeah, I've heard it.
It's not actually a thing. It's it's not a part of the atmosphere. It's not one of the layers like the
ionosphere.
Like or the stratosphere.
Yeah.
It's basically the only person I've ever heard associated with it is Joe Rogan. So I don't know if there's anybody else in the Manosphere. But it's like dude bros, I guess, that are taking their sups and spilling out life advice on how to pick up women or something. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. How to be an alpha male, how to be a sigma male. I think because I think now it's like you don't want to be an alpha male. You want to be a sigma male, which is like you want to be the tough guy but understated. You don't want to be like the loud, boisterous guy. I don't understand it.
I don't know what a sigma is.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I hear sigma like 6-7 times a day, but
see, that's another reference. I've heard the 6-7 thing, and I have no fucking idea what the hell that is. I haven't even looked at it. I'm gonna look it up.
6-7, I guess, is like the new mid. I don't know, but today I tried to ban 6-7 from the classroom, and then I'm teaching a math lesson. We're learning how to count the number of degrees and angles to measure angles, and so I'm showing like this example is it's got an angle on it, and then it draws the degrees between the bottom ray and the top ray that are making this angle.
Okay.
And I'm counting them. I'm like, okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man, they made me do it. Like, because it was a 7-degree angle. I was like, man, I'm gonna kill the curriculum department.
Yeah.
Not the department, the person who made the book, the curriculum book people. Just for clarification, in case the curriculum department thinks that's, not going to kill anybody. But,
I was going to say, I think you're going to be in trouble threatening to kill anybody.
I said I'm going to kill iReady now because they made me say me say 6-7. Because once one kid hears 6-7 and they say it, it's like all the other kids. That was the other thing that derailed that a little bit, was that the page number was 673.
Okay.
And then 674.
See, dude,
this is 675.
Like, I'm even looking at this and I'm like,
I can't wait until tomorrow when we're on page 677.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently Skrilla, hip hop artist Skrilla,
Never heard of them.
It's a repeated lyric in the song "Doot Doot 6-7." That sounds like a kids bop song or something.
Doot Doot 6-7.
I don't know, man. There's all kinds of different stuff in here.
I might have to listen to it just so I can drop a couple lines, and then the kids will be like, "Whoa!"
On Wikipedia, it says see also 67, the number 67, which, I don't know if you know this about Wikipedia. There's an article on basically every number. So you just read about numbers. All these numbers, like, I don't know if you're big into, like, I don't think numerology is the right word, but like the study of numbers is numerology is some sort of like
numerology is like or whatever. The number determines your life.
Yeah, no. So it's not that, but shit, what is it? I don't know. The study of numbers, the actual like scientific mathematics study of numbers. It's really interesting stuff of like every number. But okay, so C also 67. The next one is brain rot. The next one is Italian brain rot. I guess, oh my gosh. And then it's ninja, and then it's Ohio, parentheses, meme.
Ninja.
I'm hoping that's not. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to go any deeper into this then.
Anyway.
Anyways,
that's like the kidosphere right there, though. I mean, like, is that's the thing, Right. Yeah, Manosphere, I had heard of it, in about 2016 when toxic masculinity became mainstream.
No way. You heard the term manosphere?
I heard the term manosphere.
Wow. Okay. I've only heard that like in the last year or so.
Yeah, they were saying like basically the manosphere is what got us into the mess we're in right now anyway.
Well, kind of makes sense, yeah.
I think it is like the awesome thing about the internet is anybody can say whatever they want. The bad thing about the internet is anybody can say whatever they want. Like
right.
And not only that, but like then somebody's listening. Like somebody out there is giving an audience. Like one of the things that kind of like so I'm more of a liberal YouTuber, like follow a lot of liberal YouTube people.
Okay.
And like I haven't watched a whole lot lately because I'm just like I'm not like it's just driving me crazy with like the level of stupid on kind of both extremes, whatever.
Sure.
But one of the things is like there's such an obsession with like watching whatever happened on insert right-wing person's thing and then just spewing counter commentary on it. And it's like, so, but in a way you're giving them an audience instead of like, instead of telling people what we fight for, what we stand for, you're like giving an audience to that guy.
Right.
And I think there's not a whole lot of like discernment in media consumption anymore. Because media is so just everywhere. We're surrounded by it all the time. And people haven't really focused on parsing out truth from falsehoods. So people are just believing, blindly whatever goes on.
Or even like, it's not even necessarily for me about like truth or falsehood. It's like, what perspective does this person have? Like, what is the perspective of this person and what are their intentions? Like, where are they coming from and why are they saying what they're saying? Because like you look at like, I don't know if like Alex Jones is a part of the manosphere, but like probably part of the boomer manosphere.
Boomer manosphere.
But like he's literally just doing a shtick to try to sell stuff. Like he's a grifter. He's selling goods. He's selling shit. Like,
well, and he admitted
seen on TV like salesperson.
He admitted that in that lawsuit, where he got got everything taken from him. He's like, well, right. It's I played a character on
right.
So do you really believe this, or do you?
But it's like, if you can watch that and say, okay, like, I don't necessarily know what his perspective is other than just Italian brain rot, I guess is the Wikipedia article to look up. But like, I know what his intentions are. And if I can discern what his intentions are, then I can kind of choose how to filter that information. Like, he may not, and I think this is part of the problem with media literacy in general, is like, there are bits of truth in everything. There are bits, like, these people aren't spewing stuff that's all just completely debunkable bullshit. It's like, they're saying a lot of stuff that's true, and it sounds true, and it sounds right, and it resonates, and it's like, yeah, I do feel, like I'm not a Sigma male or what, like, I do feel like women don't like me because I'm, this whatever, like, whatever bullshit. Yeah. And so this stuff resonates, but then you start to go, wait, all right, what's he trying, like, what's the purpose of this? Like, what's the angle here? What's the intention here? Anyways, I feel like that goes into, like, for sure, finding good role models and finding voices that, like, encourage you to do better and be better, and, like, create more I don't know, wholeness in society in general. Like, I think a lot of this stuff in the Manosphere, from what I've gathered, is very self-centered. It's very, like, what do I get? Like, I'm going to toughen myself up. I'm going to, work on myself. I'm going to, practice these things. And
it's not
and
even
whatever.
It's not even work on yourself, though. It's like, people owe you something.
Right.
And so it's not,
the world owes you, society owes you.
It's not working on yourself so much to, like, prove your worth or demonstrate, like, what a valuable member of society you are. It's like asserting your dominance so that people know that they have to respect, it's like,
right.
If you have to demand respect, you're probably not worthy of it.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, like, I don't walk into a classroom and just, you will respect my authority, like you're gonna win more people over with humility and respecting them, as people.
Yeah.
Excuse
I
me,
think
but
go ahead.
The whole, I think the whole role model thing, though, is so, like, I don't know if these people are looking at these Manosphere guys as role models so much as they're, like, advice.
Okay.
It's not like they want to emulate them. It's just like, he says things that make me feel, like, better about who I am, like, interesting. Because I think, I haven't done a whole lot of, like, research into it, and I haven't listened to a whole lot of it, but from what I gather, a lot of it comes down to basically, like, the real reason that people don't like you is because you're not in their face enough. You're too, shy, quiet, this, that, or
right.
Girls don't want you because you're not, just grabbing them by the pussy or whatever, that kind of talk. And for whatever reason, some of these boys are just, oh, well, that's what I got to do. Okay. Right. That'll fix my problem. Like, no, what'll fix your problem is getting off the fucking internet in the first place.
Yeah.
For a few days, just touch grass, as they used to say. Unplug, like, seriously. I like, the other day I was thinking about this. Like, I used to, a lot more regularly, like, just shut my phone off and, not be attached.
Right.
And I've gotten away from that. And it's just like, I don't know, that brings your stress level up a lot. to be constantly attached.
For sure.
But I think if you're looking for a role model, like, you know, who's in your life, like who's in your life, you know, like who can you physically sit down and have a conversation with?
Sure. Yeah.
And who cares about you? Because these guys on the internet, they don't care about you. They care about your money. Like they'll sell you a secrets to success, you know, how to be a better man course for $9.95, you know, whatever it is.
And honestly, even if they're not selling something like that, they're selling, like they're buying your eyeballs. Like they want your eyeballs.
Yeah.
They just want
and
your attention all the time.
Yeah, they're monetizing you by monetizing their channel or their whatever. You know, like I know I said before, like Charles Barkley was my role model because he said he didn't want to be my role model, you know, but like, I mean, honestly, I'm not like, you know, I never thought like, man, maybe I should write Charles Barkley and ask him what he thinks I should do in this situation. You know, it's like more of a, like, that's the kind of guy I want to, if I was going to play basketball, I was going to play like Charles Barkley, you know?
Yeah.
There's one thing to say, like, find somebody to be your like role model in your field.
Right.
You know, in your career path or whatever. But as far as like somebody who can be a role model for you for life, you know, you got to have somebody you can sit down face to face with and have a conversation with.
Yeah.
That's who you need for role models. And preferably somebody who's, you know, able to treat people with respect no matter what they look like, where they're from, all that, you know.
Right.
But.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Your life lesson. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Your life lesson.
Play to the final whistle, kids.
This is something I've heard you say my entire life.
Yep. You play to the final whistle. You don't give up. Even if your team's down 20 goals to none or whatever, you know.
That's right.
You play until they say the game's over. You can't play anymore. You keep playing. And this isn't just, you know, sports related. This is life related. Like,
sure.
At work, you know, people stand around. Oh, I got 5 minutes left on my shift. Like, okay, but you've got 5 minutes left on your shift. Why are you standing here in front of the time clock looking at it, like waiting for the 5 minutes to go by? Like,
sure.
Get out there and work, you know.
Are you a big if there's time to lean, there's time to clean guy?
Yeah.
Are you that guy?
That, you know, not necessarily if there's time to lean, there's time to clean, because I do think there's something to be said about, you know, taking a break and you know, being able to socialize with your coworkers and stuff too. But I mean, if I, as a customer at your establishment, come in and there's tables that still haven't been bussed yet.
Yeah.
You know, and you're standing around talking to your fellow wait staff, you know, it's like, come on, man. Like if I go in to a restaurant and the place is immaculate and, you know, 3 or 4 waiters or bartenders, whatever, standing around joking around and the place is pretty much empty. Okay. That's cool. You know, if I go in and, you know, 3 tables haven't been bussed yet, and there's French fries all over the floor from the 3-year-old who just left. And, you know, I mean, I'm not speaking for personal experience or anything here.
And it's a B-dubs in Amarillo, Texas.
In Amarillo, Texas. I would be a little pissed, you know. Like,
I'm calling the corporate number.
I'm putting them on blast on Twitter. But I'm
helping the wait staff refill the sweetener packs. Yeah. That was hilarious.
Also, in school. My kids, not just my kids, but a lot of kids lately seem to think that, you know, coming in off the playground, like we've only got an hour or so left of our day. Like, okay, we're good to go. Like, no, I'm getting paid to teach you until the bell.
Oh, it's tough.
So you're gonna do it. Like today, I had kids. No joke. Like, so we get out at 3:15. That's when dismissal starts. I had kids at like 3 o'clock trying to start packing up. I'm like,
You know what? You know what?
I haven't even given you your homework yet. Like,
I'm with the kids, man. I'm with the kids. I'm a big believer in my shift starts at 8. All right.
No.
I'm showing up at 8.
Shift starts at 8. You got to be there at 7:30.
Some real Gen X work ethic right there.
Yeah, real Gen X work ethic instilled by a boomer. Yeah, your shift starts at 8. You get there at 7:45.
Yeah.
You do 15 minutes of work for free. Then you clock in. Then your shift ends at 5. You clock out, and then you do another 15 or 20 minutes worth of free work off the clock.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you make it.
And then you complain about lazy Gen Yers and millennials.
That's how you make it. That's how you make it to assistant store manager in 5.5 years.
That's true.
It's the fast
track.
But
I mean, in all seriousness, don't quit until the job's done.
Yeah,
I mean, and make sure the job is done. Like if I would have gotten through all my lesson, and there's 5 minutes left at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm ready to stop talking by now. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But when I'm in the middle of my lesson, you sit there and listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Play the final whistle. I like it. All right. Wikipedia.
What do you got in the Wikipedia history?
Oh, some good ones. Some good ones this time. I've had a little bit of a little bit of time here.
Anything about Johannes Haydn Tchaikovsky? While we're just making up composer names.
Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna forgive myself for that one. That was just brutal. That was really brutal. Well, I sometimes you get these featured articles or this day in history kind of thing, and you kind of read through. A lot of them are like flight crashes, which is not a good thing to read before you go to sleep. So I try to avoid those. I've tried to avoid this day in history because it's whatever. But we went up north. I'll do the Michigan thing, and we went up up here, Leelanau Peninsula, and I took a picture of a couple maps that was in the lighthouse there, and it showed shipwrecks and stuff in the Great Lakes. One of them was a picture of a plane. So it was a plane that disappeared in 1950. The Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 2501. They were descending to fly into Milwaukee, and they radioed in and tried to get permission to go under the storm or whatever, and then they just disappeared. So literally nothing, pretty much there was some fragments of stuff found, but it was pretty crazy. So read about that one. Just some crazy stuff. Anyways, the next article. So who was it? William McKinley? I think it was William McKinley was assassinated. Yeah, William McKinley was assassinated in 1901 in Buffalo. And so I was reading about the assassin. Kind of interesting. Leon, I don't know how I'm going to butcher this last name. Czolgosz. Cholgosz.
Yeah,
Cholgosz?
Good luck
it's
with
Polish.
That one.
Yeah, he was an anarchist, as they do. So yeah, read a lot about that situation. That was pretty interesting. So McKinley actually died of an infection from the wound.
Sepsis.
He didn't die. Yeah, he didn't die actually from the gunshot. He died from the infection. So thank God for modern medicine. Anyways, so because we were up north, we drove back. I saw this sign that said Great Lakes Pipeline. Build the Great Lakes Pipeline. And I was build the Great Lakes Tunnel. I was oh, what's the Great Lakes Tunnel? I was is it we're trying to build a tube, they have the channel crossing between England and France.
Yeah.
So I'm that'd be pretty cool, build a huge tunnel between the Great Lakes, and you can kind of drive and skip, having to drive around. No, it's a pipeline. It's an oil pipeline. And I was looking it up and I was like, oh, it's from like the Alberta oil sands. So they have these pipelines because this is like a massive deal. Now I've been caught up reading about the Alberta oil sands, the Athabasca oil sands, which is real interesting. It's like pretty shallow for the most part. So they actually like dig only about like 50 meters into the ground and they can extract this stuff. And it's like, it's called bitumen. And it's like asphalt. That's like another word for asphalt. And they basically are like pulling out this crude material. If it's any deeper than that, they actually have to pump steam down in there and boil it so that it becomes this like slurry that will like actually come up, because otherwise it's too viscous.
So like fracking?
Kind of similar to fracking, but it's not fracking. But like there are like natural gas products that come out of this. So they actually like pipe this stuff all the way through. Well, apparently a tugboat anchor damaged the pipeline across the Straits of Mackinac. So I don't know if it's still in use necessarily, or if they use like a different branch of the pipeline, but they were trying to like rebuild it. It's this whole thing. But now basically they've determined that it would be like detrimental to the environment in the Mackinac Straits, and so they can't build this
no way.
The pipeline. Yeah, so I don't know, kind of interesting.
Billions of gallons of crude oil flowing through a freshwater what could possibly go wrong? It's
probably fine. Yeah. So that was,
it's only one of the most beautiful parts of the Great Lakes, to be honest, too.
Yeah.
Like the Mackinac Strait. So
yeah. So that was pretty interesting. So I've been stuck on just reading about the oil sands out in Alberta. It's pretty interesting. Like it's a massive area where they found basically there's like hundreds of billions of barrels worth of crude material there, but only 10% of it is actually like extractable. But that 10% is like 180 billion barrels, and that's gonna last like 150 years at the rate they're like it's a massive amount of oil.
But at the rate we're destroying the planet, can the planet last 150 years?
Exactly. It's like what will end first?
You can continue to extract it. Like that's it's kind of one of the things that I find funny about, like, so over in the Middle East, like a lot of the countries over there obviously have made a great deal of their wealth on the oil, right? And like Saudi Arabia has been trying to diversify their like energy portfolio, basically, as well as their sovereign investment fund, whatever. But they got some flack because they want to start building like nuclear reactors and stuff. And it's like, well, if that's better for the long-term sustainability of the planet, like, why wouldn't we be praising their decision to do that? You know, we're just like, you guys are sitting on a crap ton of oil and you don't want to use it. It's like, but we know now. It's, it's like the concussions in sports. Like, okay, yes, in the 1950s, we didn't know. In the 1960s, we didn't really know. We were starting to get a clue in the 80s, like guys are getting head injuries, whatever. Now we know. So it's like, we got to do everything we can to prevent this. Like, we know that we are responsible for some of the environmental damage that's been caused. We know that we can do our part to clean up said damage. Like, we have an obligation to, I mean, even if you don't care about the planet, like, you have an obligation to your fellow humans
and your own self-preservation.
Like, we didn't evolve to this point so we could just kill ourselves off,
burn it up,
burn it all to the ground. But I also, I mean, one of the things that I think is hilarious is like in the rogue capitalism is that, like, somehow finding finding an alternative that would continue to make money forever is not cool, because it's going to cost some startup investment. Like,
that's why I don't understand.
It's like we started off, well, we got this oil derrick's been around for 180 years. The technology is super cheap. Okay, yeah, but it was really expensive when they started building those.
Right.
But that was a more efficient means than burning coal or lumber or whatever. So it's like, and if you're a capitalist, like, aren't you supposed to be putting your money to work for you?
Right.
And that means that, you would invest in things that maybe would have a great return, but it's kind of like investing has become like sports betting, where it's like, unless I can get a return tomorrow, I don't want to invest. Like, you see it with real estate, like these apartment, we got a lot of them in Columbus because we're in like a housing crisis, whatever, where they're building these multi-million-dollar apartment buildings. They're getting city tax abatements, county tax abatements, and then they want to charge, twice market rent for these apartments because they're trying to make their nut back. And it's like, I get it, you got to make your nut, but at the same time, like, we, the city, gave you, half that nut. That's a South Park reference if you haven't seen that episode.
I have not.
I gotta make my nut, man.
I've heard that term before. That's hilarious.
Yes. I got a nut, man.
I've never understood why these big like energy companies don't, like, you would think the profit motive would be to shift over the next 20, 30 years as like you're using a non-renewable energy source, oil and coal, shifting over the next 20 or 30 years, long-term, longevity and survival, like switching to wind and solar and things that, like, investing in new technologies, even nuclear, like, there's major pros, major cons to nuclear energy, but like, I don't know. It's strange that like we're just like, you know what, we're gonna ride the oil until it's gone, and then a couple hundred years when it runs out, we're just gonna fucking wing it.
I guess we'll be bankrupt. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. You're exactly right with the non-renewable stuff. It's like where is Shell gonna be? Where's BP gonna be when the oil runs out?
It's no different than like loggers in the mid 1800s, like that came in like strip logged, and didn't think anything about like replanting. And now, those companies and stuff, they replant and they understand like you can't just fucking grow a tree in a year. Like, it takes a while.
And the trees that you cut down don't, come back, like, because you can't. Like a lot of that with the like lumber industry was like they're going in cutting like 100-year-old forest.
Right.
That's good wood. Yes.
That's like very good wood. Yeah.
But it took 100 years for that wood to get there.
Right.
Like, you need to plant something so that in 100 years we also have some good wood. Because guess what we have now? Cheap pine from Georgia, where they let it grow like 8 feet.
Right.
And it gets like yay big around, and they barely get 3 2x4s out of it. Yeah. And all of them suck, and they're warped, and they chip and splinter. And every time I go to Home Depot, I got to sift through the frickin'
See, that's the problem.
Skid of lumber.
Yeah, you got to stop going to Home Depot. I'm a big hater of Home Depot now.
Oh, really? Lowe's is Lowe's is not much better. Okay. Let me tell you.
You got to go to a lumber yard for lumber. You got to go to like you got to get a lumber guy.
Yeah. There's not very many lumber guys here in the city though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like if I go to the country, then I can find a lumber guy, but I'm going to pay a premium, and it's mostly hardwood lumber for like actual furniture building type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, like if you need a home improvement, you need studs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to, I'll take my chances with the hockey stick 2x4s at Lowe's and Home Depot. I mean, I've seen some that are like you could steam that and bend it just a little bit more and whittle a stick out of it. It's they're pretty bad.
Like, All right,
man.
I think that about does it for episode 7.
Does it? Episode 8 coming up.
We got into it on that one.
Yeah, a little bit. Could be a bonus situation.
Yeah. There you go.
Or not.
I did. I don't know if you. I don't think I texted you. I did some shorts. That were. Let me look at it. I had them like scheduled for the weekend that we left, and I don't think I did text you, but yeah, our top content. There's a short that I did that's called "Everything Sucks in Ohio."
Oh, really?
1,300 views.
Wow.
Dan was unaware of the Georgian Bay's size or whatever. 1,100 views. Dan's Wikipedia history is crazy. 1,100 views.
Wow.
Michigan is well endowed. 952 views. So we're getting up there. So it's pretty good.
All right.
The algorithm's like, oh yeah. People like to watch these shorts.
And still 0 views on the full episode.
0 on the full episode. That's fine. Yeah. Whatever.
Maybe we should just make shorts.
I know. Just cut every episode into like
cut every or we just make like a shit ton of shorts and like just spit them out. And then we gain a following off of that, and then we start putting out full shows.
Yeah, there you go.
I did like the Geneva Convention one. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But it's only got 283 views.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Oh, Fifth Amendment man is getting up there.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
See? Yeah.
And Cow Raleigh's Morning Juice has only got 12 views.
It matters when you post it. So it's like Saturday and Sunday morning, like late morning from like 10 to like 12 is the sweet spot for shorts. I don't know why, but yeah.
Probably because all your local atheists are just waking up and we're like, might as well scroll through the shorts.
Yep.
See if I can find something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Something to believe in.
I mean, it makes more sense. At least I can see it.
Oh, there you go. All right. Love you.
All right, man. Love you. All right. Bye.